master, what cheer?
Good. Speak to the mariners. Pull to a yearly, or we'll run ourselves aground. Be sure, be sure.
Aye, my hearts. Cheerily, cheerily, my hearts. Take down the mast, the mainsail, yea, lower. Oh, blow till thy burst thy sails, if there room enough.
Good boatswain, have care! Burst the master! Play the men!
I pray you, keep me low.
Where is the master, bosun?
Do you not fear him? You mar our labor. Get you to your cabins. You do promote the storm.
Nay, good, be patient. Remember whom thou hast aboard.
None that I love more than myself. Be grateful that you have lived so long, and get to your cabins to prepare for the mischance of the hour, if it so hap. Cheerily, good men. Oh, and out of the way, I say.
I have great comfort from this fellow. Stand fast, good fate to his hanging. Make the rope of his destiny our cable, for our own doth little advantage. If he be not born to be hanged, our case is miserable.
And take down the topmast, but lower, and the center to right the course. Lower. A plague on this howling, they're louder than the weather or our office. Yet again, what do you hear? Shall we go o'er and drown? Have you a mind to sink?
Pox o'er your throat, you bawling, blasphemous, and charitable dog!
Were you then?
Hang, cur! Hang, you whoresome, insolent noisemaker! We are less afraid to be drowned than thou art.
I'll warrant him for drowning, though the ship was no stronger than a nutshell and as leaky as an unstaunch winch.
Send her about, and send her about. I send her 2 courses off to sea again. Lay her off.
All lost, the prayers all lost.
The king and prince had prayers. Let's assist them, for our case is as theirs.
I am out of patience!
We are merely cheated of our lives by drunkards.
He'll be hanged yet, though every drop of water swears against it, and gape at twice to glut him.
Let's all sink with the king.
Oh, let's take leave of him!
Now would I give 1,000 furlongs of sea for an acre of barren ground. Long heath, brown furs, anything. The wills above be done, but I will fain die a dry death.
Oh, I have suffered with those that I saw suffer. A brave vessel, who had no doubt some noble creature in her, dashed all to pieces. Oh, the cry did knock against my very heart. Poor souls, they perished.
Be collected. No more amazement. Tell your piteous heart there's no harm done.
Oh, woe the day.
No harm. I have done nothing but in care of thee. Of thee, my dear one. Thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art, not knowing of whence I am, nor that I am more better than Prospero and thy no greater father.
More to know never did meddle with my thoughts.
'Tis time I should inform thee farther. Lend thy hand and pluck my magic garment from me. So, lie there, mine art. Wipe thou thine eyes. Have comfort, for thou must now know farther.
You have often begun to tell me of what I am, but stopped and left me to a bootless inquisition, concluding, stay, not yet.
The hour's now come. The very minute bids thee ope thine ear. Obey and be attentive. Canst thou remember a time before we came unto this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou wast not out 3 years old.
Certainly, sir, I can.
12 years since, Miranda, 12 years since, thy father was Duke of Milan and a prince of power.
Sir, are not you my father?
Thy mother was a piece of virtue, and she said thou wast my daughter, and thy father was Duke of Milan, and his only heir a princess, no worse issued.
Oh, the heavens! What foul play had we came from thence? Or blessed was it we did?
Both, my girl. By foul play, as thou sayest, were we heaved thence, but blessedly hope hither.
Oh, my heart bleeds to think of the teen that I have turned you to, which is from my remembrance. Please you farther.
My brother and thy uncle, called Antonio. I pray thee mark me that a brother should be so perfidious. Of all the world I loved, and to him put the manage of my state. The government I cast upon my brother, and to my state grew stranger, being transported and wrapped in secret studies. Thy false uncle, dost thou attend me?
Oh, sir, most heedfully.
Being once perfected how to grant suits, how to deny them, who to advance and who to trash for overtopping, new created the creatures that were mine, I say, or changed them, or else new formed them, having both the key of officer and office, set all hearts in the state to what tune pleased his ear, that now he was the ivy which had hid my princely trunk, and sucked my verdure out on it. Thou attendest not.
Oh, good sir, I do.
I pray thee mark me, I thus neglecting worldly ends, all dedicated to closeness and the bettering of my mind, by that which, but by being so retired, or prized all popular rate. In my false brother awaked an evil nature, and my trust, like a good parent, did beget of him a falsehood, as great in its contrary as my trust was, which had indeed no limit, a confidence sans bound. He being thus lorded, hence his ambition growing. Dost thou hear?
Your tale, sir, would cure deafness.
To have no screen between this part he played and him he played it for, he needs will be absolute Milan. Me, poor man, my library was dukedom large enough. Of temporal royalties he thinks me now incapable. Confederate, so dry he was for sway, with the King of Naples, to give him annual tribute, do him homage, subject his coronet to his crown, and bend the dukedom yet unbowed, alas, poor Milan, to most ignoble stooping.
Oh, the heavens!
Mark his condition and the event, then tell me if this might be a brother.
I should sin to think but nobly of my grandmother. Good wombs have borne bad sons.
Now his condition. This King of Naples, being to me an enemy inveterate, hearkens my brother's suit, which was that he, in lieu of premises of homage, and I know not how much tribute, should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom, and confer fair Milan with all the honors on my brother.
Alack, for pity! I, not remembering how I cried out then, will cry it o'er again. It is a hint that rings mine eyes to it.
Hear a little further, then I'll bring thee to the present business which now's upon us, without the which this story were most impertinent.
Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
My tale provokes that question. In few, they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leagues to sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a butt, not rigged, nor tackle, sail, nor mast. The very rats instinctively had quit it. There they hoist us, to cry to the seas that roared to us, to sigh to the winds whose pity sighing back again did us but loving wrong.
Alack, what trouble was I then to you?
Oh, a cherubim thou wast that did preserve me. Thou didst smile, infused with a fortitude from heaven.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine. Some food we had, and some fresh water, that a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, out of his charity, who then being appointed master of this design, did give us. Knowing I loved my books, he furnished me from my own library with volumes that I prize above my dukedom.
Would I might but ever see that man.
Now I arise. Sit still and hear the last of our sea sorrow. Here in this island we arrived, and here have I, thy schoolmaster, made thee more profit than other princes can, that have more time for vainer hours and tutors not so careful.
Heavens thank you for it. And now I pray you, sir, for still 'tis beating in my mind, your reason for raising this sea storm?
No, thus far forth, by accident most strange, bountiful fortune, now my dear lady, hath mine enemies brought to this shore, and by my prescience I find my zenith doth depend upon a most auspicious star, whose influence, if now I court not, but omit, my fortunes will ever after droop. Here cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. 'Tis a good dullness. Give it way. Come, away, servant, come. I am ready now. Approach my Ariel. Come.
All hail, great master. Grave sir, hail. I come to do thy best pleasure, be it to fly, to swim, to dive into the fire, to ride upon the curled clouds. To thy strong bidding, task Ariel and all his quality.
Hast thou, spirit, performed to point the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article. I boarded the king's ship. Now on the beak, now in the waist, on the deck, in every cabin I flamed amazement. Oh, the dreadful thunderclaps.
My brave spirit, who is so firm, so constant, that this coil would not infect his reason?
Not a soul, but felt the fever of the mad and played some tricks of desperation. All but the mariners plunged into the foaming brine and quit the vessel, then all aflame with me. The king's son, Ferdinand, his hair all up staring, then like reeds, not like hair, was the first man to leap, crying, "Hell is empty, and all the devils are here."
Why, that's my spirit. But was not this nigh shore?
Close by, my master.
But are the Ariels safe?
Not a hair perished. On their sustaining garments, not a blemish, but fresher than before. And, as thou badst me, in troops have I dispersed them about the isle. The king's son have I landed by himself, where he sits cooling the air with his sighs in an odd angle of the isle, sitting with his hands and arms in this strange, sad knot.
Of the king's ship, the mariners, say how thou hast disposed, and all the rest of the fleet.
Safely in the harbor is the king's ship, in that deep nook where once thou call'st me at midnight to fetch dew from the still vexed Bermudes. There she's hid, the mariners all safely stowed under the hatches, who with a charm I have put to sleep. The rest of the fleet, which I dispersed, have all met up again and are on a Mediterranean float, bound sadly home for Naples, supposing they saw the king's ship wrecked and his great person perish.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed, but there's more work.
Is there more toil? Since thou dost give me pains, let me remember thee what thou hast promised, but has not yet performed me.
How now, moody? What is it thou canst demand?
My liberty!
Before the time be out, no more.
Oh, I prithee, sir, I have done thee worthy service. I have told thee no lies, made me no mistakings, served without grudge or grumblings. thou didst promise to bait me a full year.
Dost thou forget from what a torment I did free thee?
I do not, sir.
Thou liest, malignant thing. Hast thou forgot the foul witch Sycorax, who with age and envy was grown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No, sir.
Thou hast. Where was she born? Speak, tell me.
Sir, in Argia.
Oh, was she so? I must recount once in a month what thou hast been, which thou forgettest. This damned witch Sycorax, for mischiefs manifold and sorceries terrible to enter human hearing, from Argier thou knowest was banished. For one thing she did, they would not take her life. Is not this true?
Aye, sir.
This blue-eyed hag was hither brought with child, and here was left by the sailors. Thou, my slave, as thou recountest thyself, wast then her servant. Imprisoned didst thou painfully remain a dozen years, within which space she died, and left thee there, where thou did vent thy groans as fast as mill wheel strike. Then was this island, save for the sun that she did litter here, freckled whelp, hag born, not honored with a human shape.
Yes, Caliban, her son.
Dull thing, I say so.
I thank thee, master.
If thou more murmurest, I will rend an oak and peg thee in his knotty entrails till thou hast howled away 12 winters.
Pardon, master. I promise I will be correspondent to command and do my spiriting gently.
Do so, and after 2 days I will discharge thee.
Oh, that's my noble master. What shall I do? Say, what? What shall I do?
Go, make thyself like a nymph of the sea. Be subject to no sight but thine and mine, invisible to every eyeball else. Go, take this shape and hither come in it. Go, hence with diligence. Awake, dear heart, awake. Thou hast slept well, awake.
The strangeness of your story put heaviness in me.
Shake it off. Come on, we'll visit Caliban, my slave, who never yields us kind answer.
'Tis a villain, sir, I do not love to look on.
But as 'tis, we cannot miss him. He does make our fire, fetch in our wood, and serves in offices that profit us. What ho! Slave Caliban, thou earth, thou! Speed!
There's one enough within.
Come forth, I say! There's other business for thee. Come, thou tortoise! Fine apparition, my quaint Ariel, hearken thine ear.
My lord, it shall be done.
Thou poisonous slave, got by the devil himself upon thy wicked dam, come forth!
As wicked a dew as e'er my mother brushed with raven's feathers. Grab on you both, southwest wind blow, and blister ye all over.
For this be sure, tonight thou shalt have cramps, side stitches that shall pin thy breath up, urchin shell for that vast of night that they may work all exercise on thee.
I must eat my dinner. This island is mine by Sycorax my mother. Thou took it from me. When thou first came, thou strokest me and made much of me, and would bring me water with berries in it. You taught me how to name the bigger light, and how the lesser, that burned by day and night. Back then I loved thee, and showed thee all the qualities of this land. The fresh springs, the brine pits, the barren places, and the fertile. Curse me, I that did so! All the charms of Sycorax. Toads, beetles, bats, light on you!
Thou most lying slave, whom stripes may move not kindness, I have used thee, filth as thou art, with humane care, and lodged thee in mine own cell, till thou didst seek to violate the honor of my child.
What had I been done? Thou didst threaten me. Else I'd have people of this island with Calibans.
I pitied thee, took pains to make thee speak, taught thee each hour one thing or other, when thou didst not savage know thine own meaning, but wouldst gabble like a thing most brutish. I endowed thy purposes with words that made them known.
Thou taught me language. My profit on it is this. I know how to curse. Red blood rouse you for reading me your language.
Hasteed hence, fetch us in fuel, and be quick thou art best to answer other business. Shruggest thou malice? If thou neglectest or dost unwillingly what I command, I'll rack thee with old cramps, fill all thy bones with aches, make thee roar that beasts shall tremble at thy din.
No, prithee! I must do as he says. His art is such power that you control my damned god Setibus and make a vassal of him.
So, slave, hence.
Come unto these yellow sands, and then take hands. Curtsied when you have, and kiss the wild waves whisk. Footed featly here and there, and sweet sprites the burden bear.
Where should this music be? This music crept by me upon the waters, allaying both their fury and my passion with its sweet air. Thence I have followed it, or it hath drawn me rather, but 'tis gone. No, it begins again.
Full fathom 5 thy father lies. Of his bones are coral made. These are pearls that were his eyes. Nothing of him doth fade, but doth suffer a sea change into something rich and strange.
The ditty does remember my drowned father. This is no mortal business, nor no sound that the earth owes. I hear it now above me.
The fringed curtains of thine eye advance, and say what thou seest yond.
What is it? A spirit? Lord, how it looks about. Believe me, sir, it carries a brave form, but 'tis a spirit.
No wench, it eats and sleeps, and hath such senses as we have such. This gallant which thou seest was in the rack, and but he something stained with grief, that's beauty's canker, thou mightest call him a goodly person. He hath lost his fellows, and strays about to find 'em.
I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural I ever saw so noble.
Spirit, fine spirit, I'll free thee within 2 days for this.
Vouchsafe my prayer. May know if you remain upon this island, and that you would some good instruction give me. How may I bear me here my prime request, which I do last pronounce is, oh, you wonder if you be maid or no.
No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid.
My language, heavens, I'm the best of them that speak this speech, were I but where 'tis spoken.
How? The best? What wert thou if the King of Naples heard thee?
A single thing as I am now that wonders to hear thee speak of Naples. He does hear me, and that he does I weep. Myself from Naples, but never since that ebb beheld the king my father wrapped.
Alack for mercy!
Yes, faith in all his lords, the Duke of Milan and his brave son being twain.
The Duke of Milan and his more braver daughter could control thee if now 'twere fit to do it. At the first sight they have changed eyes. Delicate Ariel, I'll set thee free for this. A word, good sir, I fear you have done yourself some wrong. A word.
Why speaks my father so ungently? This is the third man that e'er I saw, the first that e'er I sighed for. Pity moved my father to be inclined my way.
Oh, if a virgin in your affection not gone forth, I'll make you the queen of Naples.
Soft, sir, one word more. They both are in each other's power, but this swift business I must uneasy make, lest too light winning make the prize light. One word more, I charge thee that thou attend me. Thou dost here usurp the name thou owest not, and hast put thyself upon this island as a spy, to win it from me, the lord on it.
No, as I'm a man.
There's nothing ill can dwell in such a temple. If the ill spirit have so fair a house, good things will strive to dwell with it.
Follow me. Speak you not for him, he's a traitor. Come on. I'll manacle thy neck and feet together. Sea water shalt thou drink. Thy food shall be fresh brook mussels, withered roots, and husks wherein the acorn cradles. Follow.
I will resist such entertainment till mine enemy has more power.
My dear father, make not too rash a trial for him, for he is gentle and not fearful.
What? I say, my foot, my tutor? Put thy sword up, traitor, who makest a show but darest not strike. Thy conscience is so possessed with guilt. Come from thy ward, for I can here disarm thee with this stick, and to make thy weapon drop.
Beseech you, father.
Hence, hang not on my garment.
Sir, have pity. I'll be his surety.
Silence! One word more shall make me chide thee, if not hate thee. What, an advocate for impostor? Hush! Thou thinkest there is no more such shapes as he, having seen but him and Caliban?
My affections are then most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Come on, obey. Thy nerves are in their infancy again and have no vigor in them.
So they are. My spirits as in a dream are all bound up. My father's loss, the weakness which I feel, the wrack of all my friends, nor this man's threats to whom I am subdued, are but light to me. Behold this maid.
It works. Come on. Thou hast done well, fine Ariel. Follow me. Hark what thou else shall do me.
Be of comfort. My father's of a better nature, sir, than he appears by speech. This is unwonted which now came from him.
Thou shalt be free as mountain winds, but then exactly do all points of my command.
To the syllable.
Come, follow.
Father,
Speak not for him.
Beseech you, sir, be merry. You have cause. So have we all, of joy. For our escape is much beyond our loss. Few in millions can speak like us. Then wisely, good sir, weigh our sorrow with our comfort.
Prithee, peace.
He receives comfort like cold porridge.
The visitor will not give him over so.
Look, he's winding up the watch of his wit. By and by, it will strike.
Sir,
Temperance was a delicate wench.
And as subtle as he most learnedly delivered.
Oh, the air breathes upon us most sweetly here.
here is everything advantageous to life.
True, save means to live.
Of that there's none, or little.
How lush and lusty the grass looks. How green.
The ground indeed is tawny.
With an eye of green in it.
He misses not much.
No, he doth but mistake the truth totally.
But the rarity of it is, which is indeed almost beyond credit,
As many vouched rarities are.
that our garments are stained with salt water.
I think he will carry this island home in his pocket and give it his son for an apple.
Why, a good time.
Sir, we were talking that our garments seem now as fresh as when we were in Tunis at the marriage of your daughter Clarabelle, who is now queen. Is not, sir, my doublet as fresh as the first time I wore it? I mean, in a sort,
That sort was well fished for.
when I wore it at your daughter's marriage.
Would I had never married my daughter there. In coming thence, my son is lost. And in my rate, she too, who is so far from Italy removed, I ne'er again shall see her. O thou, mine heir of Naples and Milan, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee?
Sir, he may live. I saw him beat the surges on him and ride upon their backs. He trod the water whose anemone he flung aside and breasted. I have no doubt he came alive to land.
No, he is gone.
Sir, you may thank yourself for this great loss. That would not bless our Europe with your daughter, but rather loose her to an African, where she at least is banished from your eye, who hath cause to wet the grief on it.
Prithee, peace!
You are kneeled to and importuned otherwise by all of us. The fair soul herself weighed between loathness and obedience, at which end of the beam should bow. We have lost your son, I fear forever. Milan and Naples have more widows in them, and of this business making, than we bring men to comfort them. false your own.
So is the dearest o' the lost.
My lord Sebastian, the truth you speak doth lack some gentleness and time to speak it in. You rub the sore when you should bring the plaster.
Very well.
It is foul weather in us all, good sir, when you are cloudy.
Foul weather.
Very foul.
Had I plantation of this isle, my lord, and were king of it, what would I do?
Escape being drunk for want of wine.
And women too, but innocent and pure, no sovereignty.
Yet he would be king on it?
The latter end of his commonwealth forgets the beginning.
All things in common nature should produce, without sweat or endeavor, treason, felony, sword, pike, knife, gun, or need of any engine would I not have. But nature should bring forth of its own kind, all poison, all abundance, to feed my innocent people.
No marrying among his subjects?
None, man, all idle, whores and knaves.
I would do such with perfection govern, sir, to excel the golden age.
Save his majesty!
Long live Gonzalo!
And do you mark me, sir?
Prithee, no more. Thou dost talk nothing to me.
I do well believe, your highness, and did so to minister occasion to these gentlemen who are such sensible and nimble lungs, that they always used to laugh at nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
Who in this kind of merry fooling, am I nothing to you? So you may continue and laugh at nothing still.
Oh, what a blow there was given!
And it not fallen flat long.
You are gentlemen of brave metal. You would lift the moon out of her sphere if she would continue in it 5 weeks without changing.
We would so, and then go a bat fouling.
Nay, good my lord, be not angry.
No, I warrant you. I would not venture my discretion so weakly. Will you laugh me asleep? For I am very heavy.
Go sleep and hear us.
What? All so soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would of themselves shut up my thoughts. I feel they are inclined to do so.
Please you, sir, do not omit the heavy offer of it. It seldom visits sorrow. When it doth, it is a comforter.
We too, my lord, will guard your person while you take your rest and watch your safety.
Thank you. Wondrous. Heavy.
What a strange drowsiness possesses them.
It is a quality of the climate.
Why doth not then our eyelids sink? Have I not myself disposed to sleep?
Nor I. My spirits are nimble. They all fell together as though by consent. My strong imagination sees a crown dropping upon thy head.
What, art thou waking?
Do you not hear me speak?
I do. And surely this is a strange repose. To be asleep with eyes wide open, standing, speaking, moving, and yet so fast asleep.
Noble Sebastian, thou lettest thy fortune sleep. Die, rather, whilst thou art awake.
Thou dost snore distinctly. Well, I am standing water.
I will teach you how to flow.
Oh, do so. To ebb, hereditary sloth instructs me.
Ebbing men indeed most often do so by the bottom run, by either their own fear or sloth. Thus, the king, his son is alive. 'Tis an impossible that he is undrowned, as he that sleeps here swims.
I have no hope that he is undrowned.
Oh, out of that no hope, what great hope have you? Will you grant me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Then tell me, who is the next heir of Naples?
Clarabelle.
She, that is queen of Tunis, and by that destiny, to perform an act whereof what's past is prologue. What to come by yours and my discharge.
What stuff is this? How say you? 'Tis true, my brother's daughter's queen of Tunis. So is she heir of Naples. Twixt which regions there is some space.
A space whose every cubit seems to cry out, how shall that Clarabelle measure us back to Naples? Stay in Tunis and let Sebastian wake. Say this were death that now hath seized them. Why, they were no worse off than now they are. As this Gonzalo, I myself could make a cough of as deep a chat. Oh, that you bore the mind that I do. What a sleep this were for your advancement. Do you understand me?
Methinks I do.
And how does your content tender your own good fortune?
I remember you did supplant your brother Prospero.
True. And look how well my garments sit upon me. Much feeder than before. My brother's fellows were then my men, my friends, and now they are my men.
But for your conscience.
20 consciences stand twixt me and Milan. Here lies your brother, no better than the earth he lies upon. If he were that which now he's like, that's dead, whom I by this obedient steel could lay to bed forever, whilst you doing thus to the perpetual weak, this ancient morsel, this Sir Prudence, who should not abrade our course.
Thy case, dear friend, shall be my precedent. As thou gott'st Milan, I'll come by Naples. Draw thy sword. One stroke shall free thee from the tribute which thou payest, and I, the king, shall love thee.
Draw together then, and when I rear my hand, do you the like, to fall it on Gonzalo.
Oh, but one word.
My master, through his art, foresees the danger that you, his friend, are in, and sends me forth to keep them living. Whilst you were here, do snoring lie, open-eyed conspiracy his time doth take. If of life you keep a care, shake off slumber, and beware. Awake! Awake!
Then let us both be sudden.
Now, good angels, preserve the king.
Why, how now? How, awake? Why are you drawn? Wherefore this ghastly looking?
What's the matter?
Whilst we stood here, securing your repose, even now there was a hollow burst of bellowing, like bulls. Or rather lions. Did it not wake you? It struck mine ear most terribly.
I heard nothing. Heard you this, Gonzalo?
Upon my honor, sir, I heard a humming, and that a strange one too. That did awake me.
Lead off this ground, and let's further search for my poor son.
Heaven keep him from these beasts, for he is sure on the island.
Lead away.
Prospero, my lord, shall know what I have done. So, king, go safely forth and seek thy son.
Oh, the infections the sun sucks up from bogs, vents, plants, and prosper fall, and make it by Ishmael a disease. Lo now, lo! Here comes another spirit of his to torment me, to bring my wit slowly. I will fall fat, chance he will not find me.
He is neither bush nor shrub to bear off any weather at all. And another storm brewing. What have we here? A man or a fish? Dead or alive? A fish. He smells like a fish. Legged like a man. Fins like arms. Warm am I trough. This is no fish, but an islander that hath lately suffered by thunderbolt. His reacquaints a man with strange bedfellows. I will here shroud till the dregs of the storm be past.
I shall no more to sea, here shall I die ashore.
Well, this is a scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my comfort. The master, the swabber, the boatswain, and I, the gunner and his mate, loved Mal, Meg, Marian, and Madre, but none of us cared for Kate. For she had a tongue with a tang. She'd cry to a sailor, go hang. She cared not for the savour of tar or of pitch, yet a tailor might scratch her where'er she did itch. To sea boys, let her go hang. Well, this is a scurvy tune, too. Well, here's my comfort.
Do not torment me, oh!
What's the matter? Do we have devils here? I've not escaped drowning to be afeard of you and your 4 legs. If I could keep him tame and get him to Naples with me, he'd make a fine present for any emperor who's ever trod on neat's leather.
Do not torment me, prithee, I will bring my one home faster.
He's in his fit now and does not speak after the wiser. He shall drink of my bottle, and if never having of wine afore, it shall go near to remove him of his fit.
You have done me yet little hurt.
Come on your ways, open your mouth. This will give language to you, cat. Open your mouth, this will shake your shaking. You cannot tell who's your friend. Open your chaps again.
I should know that voice. It should be. But he is drowned, and these are but devils. Oh, defend me!
4 legs and 2 voices. A most delicate monster. His forward voice speaks well of his friend, and his backward voice utters foul speeches to detract. Come. Amen, I shall pour some in thy other mouth.
Stefano!
Doth thy other mouth call me? Mercy, mercy, this is no monster, but a devil. I shall take my leave, for I have no long spoon.
Stefano! If thou beest Stefano, touch me and speak to me, for I'm Trinculo. Be not afeard, your good friend.
If thou art Trinculo, come forth. I'll pull thee by thy lesser legs. If any be Trinculos, these are they. Oh, thou art very Trinculo indeed. How camest thou to be the siege of this moon calf?
I took him to be killed of the thunderstruck. But art thou not drowned, Stefano? Oh, I hope that thou art not drowned. I hid me under the dead moon calf's gabardine for fear of storm. And art thou living, Stefano? Oh, Stefano, 2 Neapolitans escaped!
Prithee, do not turn me about, my stomach is not constant.
These be fine things. If they be not sprites, that is a brave god who bears celestial liquor.
How didst thou escape? How camest thou hither? I escaped upon the butt of a sack. The sailors heaved overboard. Carved this bottle from the bark of a tree since I was cast ashore.
I will swear upon that bottle to be thy true subject, for thy liquor is not earthly.
Swear then, how thou escaped.
Swum ashore, man, like a duck. I could swim like a duck, I'll be sworn.
Yeah, kiss the book. Though thou swimmst like a duck, thou art made like a goose.
Stefano, hast any more of this?
The whole butt, man. My cellar in a rock is hidden by the seaside with my wine.
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
Out of the moon I do assure thee. I was a man in the moon when time was.
I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee, and thy dog, and thy bush.
Swear to that. Come kiss.
By this good light, very shallow monster, I have feared of him. A very weak monster.
I will show you every fertile inch of this island. I will kiss thy foot. Prithee, be my god.
By this light, a most perfidious and drunken monster. When his god's asleep, he'll rob his bottle.
I will kiss thy foot. I will swear myself thy subject.
Come on then, down and swear.
I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster. A most scurvy monster.
Come kiss.
But that the poor monster's in drink. An abominable monster.
I will show you the best springs. I will pluck thee berries. I'll play on the tyrant I serve. I will bear him no more sticks, but follow thee, thou wondrous man.
A most ridiculous monster to make a wonder of a poor drunkard.
Prithee, come with me. I'll take you to where the crabs grow. I, with my long nails, will dig pig nuts. I will show you the jay's nest, and instruct thee how to snare the nimble marmoset. Wilt thou come with?
Prithee, lead the way without any more talking. Trinculo, the king and company else being drowned, leave us to inherit here. Bear my bottle. Trinculo, we will fill him by and by.
No more dams, I'll make for fish. No more fetching, firing, and requiring. No more scraping, drenching, or washing dish. Ban, Caliban has a new master, get a new man. Freedom, high day, freedom. Freedom, high day, freedom.
Oh, brave monster, lead the way.
The mistress which I serve quickens what's dead and makes my labors pleasures. Oh, she is 10 times more gentle than her father's crabbed, and he's composed of harshness. I must remove some thousands of these logs and pile them upon a sore injunction.
Alas, now pray you work not so hard. Pray set it down and rest you. When this burns 'twill weep for having wearied you. My father is hard at study. Pray now rest yourself.
O most dear mistress, the sun will set before I shall discharge what I must strive to do.
If you'll sit down, I'll bear your logs the while. Pray, give me that. I'll carry it to the pile.
No, precious creature, I'd rather crack my sinews, break my back, than you should such dishonor undergo while I sit lazy by.
It would become me as well as it does you, and I should do it with much more ease, for my goodwill is to it, and yours it is against.
Poor worm, thou art infected. This visitation shows it.
You look wearily.
No, noble mistress, 'tis fresh morning with me when you are by at night. I do beseech you, chiefly that I might set it in my prayers. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, my father, I have broke your hest to say so.
Admired Miranda. Indeed, the top of admiration, worth what's dearest to the world, so perfect, so peerless, created of every creature's best.
I do not know one of my sex, no woman's face remember, nor have I seen more that I may call men than you, good friend, and my dear father. I would not wish any companion in the world but you, but I prattle something too wildly, and my father's precepts I therein do forget.
I am in my condition a prince, Miranda. I do think a king. I would not so, and would no more endure this wooden slavery than to suffer the flesh fly blow my mouth. Hear my soul speak. The very instant that I saw you did my heart fly to your surface.
Do you love me?
Oh, heaven, oh, earth, bear witness to this sound beyond all limit of what else in the world do love, prize, honor you.
Fair encounter of two most rare affections. Heavens rain grace on that which breeds between them.
I am your wife, if you will marry me. If not, I'll die your maid. To be your fellow you may deny me, but I'll be your servant whether you will or no.
My mistress, dearest, and I thus humble ever.
My husband, then?
Aye, with a heart as willing as bondage, heir of freedom. Here's my hand.
And mine, with my heart in it. And now farewell, till half an hour hence.
1,000,000.
So glad of this as they, I cannot be, who are surprised withal. But my rejoicing at nothing can be more. I'll to my book, for yet ere supper time must I perform much business appertaining.
When the butt is out, we will drink water, not a drop before. Therefore, bear up in boredom. Servant Monster, drink to me.
Servant Monster? The folly of this island. They say there's but 5 upon this isle. We are but 3 of them. If the other 2 be brain like us, the state totters.
Monster, drink to me when I bid thee, for thy eyes are almost set in thy head.
Where should they be set else? He were a brave monster indeed if they were set in his tail.
My man Monster has buried his tongue in the sack. He will be my lieutenant, Monster, or standard.
Your lieutenant if you list. He's no standard.
How does thy honor? Let me lick thy shoe. I will not serve him. He is not valiant.
Thou liest, most ignorant monster. Why, I'm encased to just as a constable. Why, thou debauched fish, thou. Was there ever a man a coward that hath drank so much sack as I today?
Lo, how he mocked me. Wilt thou let him, my lord?
Lord, quoth he, that a monster should be such a natural.
Lo again. Bite him to death, I prithee.
Trinculo, keep a good tongue in thy mouth. If thou provest to mutineer, the next tree. This poor monster's my subject, and he will not suffer any indignity.
I thank my noble lord. Wilt thou hearken again to the suit I made thee?
Ah, yes, kneel and repeat it. I and Trinculo will stand.
As I told thee before, I am the subject of a tyrant, a sorcerer, that by his cunning hath cheated me of this island.
Thou liest.
Thou liest, thou jesting monkey, thou! I would, my noble master would destroy him. I do not lie.
Why, I said nothing.
Then and no more. Proceed.
By sorcery, he got this isle from me. He got it.
That's most certain.
And you shall be lord of it, and I will serve thee.
How shall this be compassed? Who will bring me to the party?
I will yield him to thee asleep. There, thou mayest knockest a nail into his head.
Thou liest. Thou canst not.
What pie ninny is this? Thou scurvy patch, I do beseech thy greatness. Give him blows.
Run into no further danger.
Why? What did I? I said nothing. I'll go further off.
Didst thou not say he liest?
Thou liest.
Do I so?
Oh! Take thou that! And takest thou lest I'll give thee the lie a second time. I did not give the lie. Out of your wits, and hearing too, epoxy your bottle.
Forward with your tale. Further off.
Beat him enough. After a time, I will beat him too.
Stand further. Proceed.
As I told thee, it is a custom with him in the afternoon to sleep. There, they may sprain him, batter his skull, or punch him with a stake. But first, possess his books. Without them, he is but a sot as I am, and hath not one spirit to command.
Is it so brave a lass?
Aye, she'll be your bed, I warrant, and bring thee forth brave brood.
I shall slay this man, Monster, and his daughter and I will become king and queen. Trinculo and yourself will be my viceroys.
Excellent.
Give me thy hand. I'm sorry I beat thee, but while thou livest, keep a good tongue in thy head.
Within this half hour, he'll be asleep. Wilt thou destroy him then?
Aye, on my honor.
This I will tell my master.
I am full of joy. Thou makest me merry. Let us be jocund. Will you troll the catch you taught me but while ere?
Aye, Monster, within reason, any reason. Come, Trinculo, let us sing.
Flout 'em and scout 'em, scout 'em and flout 'em, thought is free.
That is not the tune.
Thou beest a man, show thyself in thy likeness. If thou beest the devil, takest thou list.
Art thou afeard?
No, Monster, not I.
Be not afeard. This island is full of noises, sounds and sweet airs that give you light and do not hurt. Methought the clouds would open and show riches ready to drop upon me, that when I waked, I cried to dream again.
This will prove a brave kingdom where I'll have my music for nothing.
When Prospero was destroyed.
Ah, yes, by and by, I remember the story.
The sound is going away. Let's follow it and after do our work.
Lead on, servant monster. Well, I could see the tabor he lays it on.
Wilt come? I'll follow, Stefano.
We are late, and I can go no further, sir. I needs must rest me.
Old Lord, I cannot blame thee, who am myself attached with weariness to the dulling of my spirits. Sit down and rest. Even here I will put off my hope and keep it no longer for my flatterer. He is drowned, whom thus we stray to find, and the sea mocks our frustrate search on land. Well, let him go.
I am right glad that he's so out of hope. Do not for one repulse forego the purpose that you resolve to effect.
The next advantage will we take thoroughly.
Let it be tonight, for now they are oppressed with travel, and they will not, nor cannot use such vigilance as when they are arrested.
I say tonight, no more.
What harmony is this? My good friends, hark!
A living drollery. Well, now I will believe that there are unicorns. That in Arabia there is one tree, a phoenix's throne, one phoenix at this hour reigning there.
And I will believe both. And what does else want credit come to me? I'll be sworn 'tis true. Travelers never did lie, though fools at home condemn 'em.
If in Naples I should report this now, would they believe me?
Honest Lord, thou hast said well, for some of you there present are worse than devils.
I cannot too much muse. Such shapes, such gestures, such sounds, expressing, although they want the use of tongue, a kind of excellence, dumb discourse.
Praise in departing.
They vanished strangely.
No matter, since they've left their viands behind. For we have stomachs. Will it please you taste of what is here?
Not I.
Faith, sir, you need not fear. When we were boys, who would believe there were such men whose heads stood in their breasts?
I will stand to and feed, although my last, since I feel the best is past. Brother, my lord the Duke, stand to and do as we.
You are three men of sin, being most unfit to live. I have made you mad. You fools. I and my fellows are ministers of fate. My fellow ministers are like invulnerable. If you could hurt, your swords are now too massy for your strength. But remember, you three from Milan did supplant the good Prospero, exposed unto the sea, which hath requited him and his innocent child, for which foul deed the powers have incensed the sea, the shores, yea, all creatures against your peace. Thee of thy son, Alonso, they have bereft, and do pronounce by me a lingering perdition. Upon your heads is nothing but a heart sorrow and a clear life ensuing.
In the name of something holy, sir, why stand you in this strange stare?
Oh, it is monstrous, monstrous! Methought the billows spoke and told me of it. The thunder, that deep and dreadful pipe organ, pronounced the name of Prosper. It did base my trespass. Therefore, my son i' the ooze lies bedded. I'll search deeper than air plummet sounded, and with him there lie mudded.
But one fiend at a time, I will fight these legions o'er.
And I will be thy second. All three of them are desperate. Their great guilt, like poison given to work a great time after. Follow them swiftly, and hinder them from what this ecstasy might now provoke them to.
Follow, I pray thee.
Bravely the figure of this harpy hast thou performed, my Ariel, a graced head devouring. Of my instructions hast thou nothing bated. So, with good life and observation strange, my meaner ministers their several kinds have done. They now are in my power. I'll visit young Ferdinand, whom they suppose is drowned, and his and my love darling. If I have too austerely punished you, your compensation makes amends, for I have given you here 1/3 of mine own life. All thy vexations were but my trial of thy love, and thou hast strangely stood the test. Here, afore heaven, I ratify this my rich gift. Take my daughter, but if thou dost break her virgin knot, before all sanctimonious ceremony may with full and holy rites be ministered, no sweet aspersion shall the heavens let fall to make this contract grow.
As I hope for quiet days, fair issue, and long life, with such love as 'tis now, shall never melt mine honor into lust.
Fairly spoke. Sit then and talk with her. She is thine own. Come, away, Ariel. Come.
What would my potent master?
Go, bring the rabble, for I must bestow upon the eyes of this young couple some vanity of mine art. It is my promise, and they expect it from me.
Presently,
Aye, with a twink.
before you can say come and go, will I with mop and mow. Do you love me, master? No.
Dearly, my delicate Ariel, do not approach till thou dost hear me call.
Well, I conceive.
Look thou be true. Do not give dalliance too much the rein. The strongest oaths are straw to the fire in the blood. Be more abstemious, or else good night your vow.
I warrant you, sir, the white cold virgin snow upon my heart abates the ardor of my liver.
Well, come, my Ariel. Bring a corollary rather than want a spirit. Appear and pertly. No tongue, all eyes. Be silent.
Ceres, most bounteous lady, thy rich lees of wheat, rye, barley, oats, and peas, thy turfy mountains where live nibbling sheep, and flat meads thatchless over them to keep, thy sea marge, sterile and rocky hard, where thou thyself dost err, queen of the sky, she bids thee leave these, and with her sovereign grace, err on this grass plot in this very place. To come and sport, her peacocks fly amain, approach rich Ceres, here to entertain.
Hail, many-colored messenger. Why does thy queen summon me hither to the short-grassed green?
A contract of true love to celebrate, and some donation freely to estate on the blessed lovers.
Tell me, heavenly beau, if Venus and her son, as thou dost know, do now attend the queen?
Of her society, be not afraid.
Highest queen of state, great Juno comes. I know her by her gait.
Honor, riches, marriage blessing, long continuance and increasing. Hourly joys be still upon you. Juno sings her blessings on you.
This is a most majestic vision and harmonious charmingly. May I be bold to think these spirits?
Spirits, whom by mine art I have from their confines called to enact my present fancies.
Oh, let me live here ever. A wandered father and a wise makes this place paradise.
I had forgot the foul conspiracy of the beast Caliban and his confederates against my life. The minute of their plot is almost come. Well done. Avoid no more.
This is strange. Your father's in some passion that works him strongly.
Never till this day saw I him touched with anger so distempered.
Sir, be cheerful. Our revels now are ended. These our actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits, and are melted into air, into thin air. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. Sir, I am vexed. If you be pleased, retire into my cell and there repose. A turn or two I'll walk to still my beating mind.
We wish you peace.
What's thy pleasure?
Spirit, we must prepare to meet with Caliban.
Aye, my commander. When I presented Ceres, I thought to have told you of it, but feared lest it might anger thee.
Say again, where didst thou leave these varlets?
I told you, sir, they were red hot with drinking, so full of valor that they smote the air. At last, I left them in the filthy mantled cell beyond.
This was well done, my bird. Thy shape invisible retain thou still. The trumpery in my house, go bring it hither for stale to catch these thieves.
I go.
A born devil, on whose nature nurture can never stick, on whom my pains humanely taken, all lost, quite lost. And as with age his body uglier grows, so his mind cankers. I will plague them all, even to roaring. Come, hang them!
Ben, Caliban, Ben, Caliban. Pray you, tread softly, that the blind mole may not hear the footfall. We are now near the mouth of his cell. Therefore, quiet.
Monster, this fairy you say is harmless fairy has done little more than played the jack with us.
Monster, I smell a horse piss, at which my nose is in great indignation.
And so do I. Hear me, remember, if I should take displeasure against you, look you.
Thou wert but a lost monster.
Be patient for the prize, I bring thee two. Shall who wink this mischance? Therefore, speak softly.
Aye, but to lose our bottle in the pool, there's not just disgrace and dishonor in that, but an infinite loss.
That is more to me than my wetting. And this is your harmless fairy, monster?
I will go fetch the bottle.
Prithee, my king, we are now near the mouth of the cell. Make no noise and enter in. Do that good mischief, which will make this island thine own.
Take my hand, I begin to have bloody thoughts.
O King Stephano, look what a wondrul wardrobe here is for thee.
Let alone, you fool, it is but trash.
Oh ho, monster. We know it belongs to a frippery.
Put off that gown. By this hand, I'll have that gown.
Thy grace shall have it.
Do the murder first. If he awakens, you'll fill her skin with pinches. Make her strange stuff.
Be you quiet, monster. By mistress line, is this not my jerkin? If I were to lose my hair, I'd remove a bald jerkin.
Do, we steal by line and level, and it's like your grace.
Thank thee for thy jest. Here's a garment for it. It will not go unrewarded while I am king. Go to, monster. Carry this.
And this.
Ooh, and this.
And this.
Let them be hunted soundly. Shortly shalt thou have the air of freedom, for a little follow and do me service. Now does my project gather to a head. How's the day?
On the 6th hour, sir, at which time you said our work would cease.
I did say so when first I raised the Tempest. Say, my spirit, how fares the king and his followers?
Just as you left them, sir. They are all prisoners. They cannot budge till you release them. But chiefly, sir, him that you termed the good old Lord Gonzalo, tears run down his beard like winter's drops from eaves of reeds. Your charm so strongly works them that if you now beheld them, your affections would become tender.
Dost thou think so, spirit?
Mine would, sir, were I human.
And mine shall. They being penitent, the sole drift of thy purpose doth extend not a frown further. Go release them, Ariel. My charms I'll break, their senses I'll restore, and they shall be themselves.
I'll fetch them, sir.
This rough magic I here abjure, and when I have required some heavenly music, which even now I do, to work my ends upon their senses, that this airy charm is for, I'll break my staff, bury it certain fathoms in the earth, and deeper than did ever plummet sound, I'll drown my book. Holy Gonzalo, honorable man, mine eyes fall fellowly drops. O good Gonzalo, my true preserver, I will pay thee graces home, both in word and deed. Most cruelly didst thou, Alonso, use me and my daughter. Thou art pinched for it now, Sebastian. Flesh and blood, you, brother mine, who entertained ambition, expelled remorse and nature, and who here with Sebastian would have killed your king, I do forgive you. Ariel, fetch me the hat and rapier from the cell. I will discase me, and myself present as I was sometime Milan. Quickly, spirit, and thou shalt ere long be free.
In a cowslip's bell I lie. There I couch, while the owl does cry. On the bat's back I do fly. Merrily, merrily shall I live now, under the blossom that hangs on the bough.
Why, that's my dainty Ariel. I shall miss thee, yet thou shalt have freedom. To the king's ship, invisible as thou art, there shalt thou find the mariners asleep under the hatches, the boatswain being awake, and force them to this place, and presently, I prithee.
I drink the air before me in return, ere your pulse twice beat.
All torment, trouble, wonder, and amazement inhabits here. Some heavenly power guide us out of this fearful country.
First, noble friend, let me embrace thine age, whose honor cannot be measured or confined.
Whether this be or be not, I'll not swear.
You do yet taste some subtlety of the isle, which will not let you believe things certain. Welcome, my friends all. But you, my brace of lords, were I so minded I could here pluck his highness frown upon you and justify you traitors. At this time I will tell no tales.
The devil speaks to him.
No, for you, most wicked sir, who to call brother I do forgive thy rankest faults, and require my dukedom of thee, which perforce I know thou must restore.
If thou beest Prospero, give us some particulars of thy preservation. How thou hast met us here, whom 3 hours since were wracked upon this shore, where I lost my dear son, Ferdinand.
I am woe for it, sir.
Irreparable is the loss, and patience says it is past cure.
I rather think you have not sought her help, of whose soft grace I, for the like loss, have her sovereign aid, and rest myself content.
You the like loss?
As great to me as late, for I have lost my daughter.
A daughter? Oh, heavens! That they were living both in Naples, the king and queen there. That they were, I wish myself mudded in that oozy bed where my son lies. When did you lose your daughter?
In this last tempest. Know for certain that I am Prospero, that very duke which was thrust forth of Milan, who most strangely upon this shore where you were wracked was landed to be lord on it. My dukedom, since you have given me again, I will requite you with as good a thing, at least bring forth a wonder to content me, as much as me my dukedom.
If this prove a vision of the island, one dear son shall I twice lose.
A most high miracle.
Though the seas threaten, they are merciful, for I've cursed them without cause.
Oh, now the blessings of a glad father compass thy heart. Say, how came thou hither?
Oh, wonder, how many goodly creatures are there here? How beauteous mankind is. Oh, brave new world that has such people in it.
'Tis new to thee.
What is this maid? Thy eldest acquaintance cannot be 3 hours. Is this the goddess that severed us and brought us thus together?
Sir, she is mortal, but by a mortal province she is mine. I chose her when I could not ask my father for his advice, nor thought I had one. She is daughter to this famous Duke of Milan, but never saw before of whom I have received a second life, a second father this lady makes him to me.
I have inly wept, or should I have spoken ere this? Look down, you guys, on this couple and drop a blessed crown.
Give me your hands. Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart that doth not wish you joy.
Be it so. Amen.
These are not natural events. They strengthen from strange to stranger. Say, how came you hither? Some oracle must rectify our knowledge.
Sir, my liege, do not infest your mind with beating on the strangeness of this business. At picked leisure, which shall be shortly, single I'll resolve you of every these happened accidents. Set Caliban and his companions free, untie the cell. How fares my gracious sir? There are yet missing of your company some few odd lads that you remember not.
Every man shift for all the rest, and let no man take care for himself, for all is but fortune.
How fine my master is. I'm afraid I'll be chastised.
These three have robbed me, and this demi-devil had plotted with them to take my life. 2 of these fellows you must know and own. This thing of darkness I acknowledge mine.
I should be pitched to death.
Is not this Stefano, my drunken butler?
Oh, touch me not, I am not Stefano, but a crown!
This is a strange thing, as ere I looked on.
He is as disproportionated in his manner as in his shape. Go, sirrah, to my cell, take with you your companions, as you look to have my pardon, trim it handsomely.
Aye, that I will, and be wiser hereafter, and seek for grace.
Go to, away. Sir, I invite your highness and your train to my poor cell, where you shall take your rest for this one night, with such discourse the story of my life. And in the morn, I'll bring you to your ship, and so to Naples, where I have hoped to see the nuptials of these our dear beloved solemnized.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take the ear strangely.
My Ariel, check. That is thy charge. Then to the elements be free, and fare thou well. Now my charms are all o'erflown, and what strength I have's mine own. Let me not, since I have my dukedom got, and pardon the deceiver, dwell in this bare island by your spell, but relieve me from my bands with the help of your good hands. Now I want spirits to enforce, art to enchant, and my ending is despair, unless I be relieved by prayer, which pierces so that it assaults mercy itself and frees all faults. As you from crimes would pardoned be, let your indulgence set me free.